Mark, there's this ongoing narrative about the amount of energy that data centres are consuming and the carbon emissions that result. Do you think that a lack of an awareness and understanding of what the sector does is actually compounding this issue?
I do, 100%. It's interesting, you know, everywhere, all of our lives, day to day, rely on data. You know, if we turned the data centre world off for an hour, can you imagine what would happen with everyone? And you know, we use it day to day in terms of the video, the chat, the Teams functionality on there, hosting photos, Netflix, whatever it may be. That sits in our day-to-day environment, but it's an interesting challenge. I put this to someone the other day. Count how many times you interact with the internet in a work day. Up until 5 o'clock, it'll be over 100 times, guaranteed. And nobody sees what's behind all of that. We need to make our data centre, the centres that make all this happen, more visible and make it more relatable to the everyday person.
Interesting. So, and in the light of sort of growing demand for data and services, which is clearly evidenced, right? Yep. What could the sector be doing to reduce its environmental impact? I understand that's a big question, but what could it be doing to enable greater digitalisation, shall we say, without necessarily the emissions that follow?
Yeah. And that's a difficult one because the boom in data it means that more centres are needed and more infrastructure is needed to support this need and the requirement. Ultimately, it's around about innovation, partnership, and working with vendors like ourselves at Schneider Electric, working in partnership with other vendors as well to work out how do we innovate with design of the data centre itself, but also design of our products. How do we work with our supply chain and our scope 2 and 3 emissions to make sure that the products we bring to market are the most sustainable and produced in the most sustainable way. And we're doing a huge amount of that at the moment. We just need more, and we need to make what we're doing more visible as well. So when we supply a UPS into said data centre, we're able to track exactly how much carbon is embedded in that data centre, and then over the life cycle we look at that as well.
Do you think that sort of regulation or greater regulation is going to impact that? You know, do you think people will be sort of forced to use the most sustainably produced equipment, or?
It'll be a combination. So yes, regulation always helps. You know, it starts to start the momentum forward, but you look at what's happened in the last year and a half, where our energy prices have doubled, and the challenge that comes with that. These are energy intensive infrastructures, so it's in their own value to look at the most efficient way to run that data centre, to design that data centre. So yes, regulation will help, but I also think it's in the end user's interest and benefit to drive energy efficiency and sustainability within their infrastructure and their designs.
Mark, thank you very much.
You're welcome.